No time for things like that.
That's nothing new.
You don't have to tell me
Hey,
that.
you!
Whatever it is that brought you here, you had better forget it and hit the road. Hey, you're still here. I'll give you a choice, stranger. Piss off or die.
Who are you guys? A pair of jokers?
Angardo!
Yep.
So much for you.
Thank Innos. I thought my time had run out. My name is Akil. I've farmed this humble piece of land.
Who were those people?
Those were mercenaries from Onar's farm. Those bastards don't know anything but plunder and murder. I'd been fearing the worst. Well, thank Innos it didn't come to that. Tell me, what can I do for you?
Nothing. Just as long as you got through this all right.
You're an exceptional fella. May Innos guard you on your way.
Have you heard anything about missing citizens?
Don't make me laugh. Heard of them? Some of my own people are missing. Tonak and Telbor used to work on my fields until 3 days ago. And I know exactly that they wouldn't up and leave the farm just like that. And yet they've simply vanished and no one can tell me where they went. If you happen to find out what's become of them, be sure to let me know, will you?
Baltram sent me. I'm supposed to pick up a shipment for him here.
So, you're his new messenger. Okay, I've already made up the package.
I've gotta go.
So long. I really wish I could have done more for you.
Nothing there. I know nothing about picking locks. Hey, you!
Traveling so far from home, out here you have to be careful, especially when you're all by yourself.
What are you doing out here?
Well, the tavern is too expensive for me. That's why I settled here. The previous inhabitants don't seem to need it anymore.
Who used to live in this camp?
No idea. Probably some hunters. I suppose it got too dangerous for them out here.
Isn't it too dangerous out here?
Well, not if you can defend yourself. My crossbow has already proven to be of service many times.
It's not all that big.
But deadly if you know how to handle it. I used to have a bigger one. Unfortunately, I lost it. I ventured too far north into the mountains. There's a big stone circle there with a sacrificial altar. While I was hunting scavengers up there, these vile undead beings came out of the woods and attacked me. All I could do was run for my life. While I was running, the crossbow slipped from my hand. I bet it's still lying up there by that strange stone circle in the north.
Nothing to plunder.
He really should have
Look
known
who's
better.
just turned up. The farmer boy. You're just in time.
You don't have to tell me
What do you want from me? Are you still having problems with the city guards?
I'll give you problems, you punk. I'm looking for a fellow. He isn't anywhere to be found in the city, and these losers here don't have a clue either. He's thin, dark-haired, and he usually wears red armor. As far as I know, he used to be a prisoner in the colony. I think his name starts with a D.
You can't rely on that.
Is his name maybe Dexter?
It could be that that's his name. I'm not sure. I'll probably only know when I see him.
Anything else?
Yeah, you big mouth. Is there something else? I need weapons, I need provisions, and gold wouldn't be bad either.
Here's 10 gold coins.
You poor sucker. You can keep your dough. I have a better idea. There's a cave not far from here. I've been around here before, and I buried my stuff in a few places. The cave is too dangerous for me alone. I want you to help me with it.
I couldn't care less.
Let's visit the cave.
Come with me.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
And that's the truth.
That doesn't surprise me.
All right, friend. Here's the cave. And here's a pick for you. I buried the stuff somewhere in there. X marks the spot. What are you waiting for? Go inside and get the stuff.
What about you then?
Someone has to guard our backs. And now, in you go.
I think I've found something.
What took you so long? Found anything yet?
Yes, I dug up a small bag of gold.
Give it here.
Here you are.
Great, so they're still there. You're not all that useless after all. Okay, listen. I've buried even more, and I want you to get it for me. Let's see. There's an islet in the small lake with the two waterfalls. One of my caches should be there. There are two more spots where I buried something further up, in the high pastures. One spot is behind the farm up there, and the other one's next to the entrance to the pass by the waterfalls. There are stairs leading down from the fields of the farmer up there to those of the landowner. There's another cache in the hollow where the stairs end. I'll wait for you at the crossroads by the landowner's fields. Don't fail me, you'll regret that, Buster.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
No idea. You tell me.
Is the beer any good here?
It's not exactly the best, but in these bleak times, you can't be choosy.
What are you doing here?
Up until a few weeks ago, I was slaving away on the landowner's field.
used to say that
One
myself.
day, it just got too much for me, and I took myself out of there straight away. Now I'm my own boss. Everything I own is in this chest here. And that's all I need, too. Interested in a little contest?
What kind of a contest would that be?
I call it bottoms up. The rules are quite simple. We take turns ordering a tankard of the best beer the old geezer has to offer. Every tankard has to be drunk dry so that it doesn't even leave a ring if you set it on the table upside down.
With that?
The last man standing wins. The loser pays the tab and a steak. Well, how about it?
Maybe some other time, when I'm not in a hurry. Could I bet on someone else, though?
Certainly. If you finally manage to find someone with the guts to go up against me, then I'll bet with you. Everybody pays the same amount into a pot. The winner gets everything.
Secret.
The size of the stake depends on your purse. Bring me someone who dares to go up against me and you've got a bet.
That's no secret.
That's really not my problem.
The things I could tell you.
I'm no better off myself.
His decision.
Everything all right?
Yes, I'm fine. That Alvarez has become bolder and bolder lately. Good thing that's over now. What I could use now is a good drop in the tavern.
You hang out in the tavern?
That's right, but not recently. I cannot afford going there anymore.
What exactly is going on there in the tavern?
There's gambling there. Two fellows compete against each other. Whoever can hold the most beer wins. In the end, I did nothing but lose, and now I need to make some more money first.
Who did you go up against?
Against Rukar, that old good-for-nothing. So far, he's beaten me every time. But somehow, I have the creeping suspicion that the filthy swine has laced my beer with gin every time. I suspect he keeps the gin hidden in that damn chest of his, that lousy scumbag. Somebody ought to sneak some plain water into his chest. Then he could lace my beer all he wants. If I only had enough money to compete against him one more time.
Hey, you! Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
I could tell you.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
The thing.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
I used to say that myself.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Nobody wants to know.
I never knew that.
You just
I've
have
got
to
somebody
listen.
who wants to compete against you.
Who might that be?
Don't tell me you
Randolph.
didn't know that.
Randolph the Braggart. All right,
thinks
why
it's as
not?
easy as that.
Send the wimp to me and the deal stands.
That's
You
not
can
what I
pick
heard.
him up again no more than 2 days later. Who knows?
It had to
Maybe you'll
happen
get
sooner or
lucky and
later.
you'll be able to stand by then. How big is your
Nothing you
bet?
can do about it.
100.
That's what
the
I like
truth.
to hear. I'll take
That's
your
been
bet
known a
and
long
hold it
time.
until the contest is over, all right?
And that's the truth.
Here's my stake.
All right. Don't
That was
take too
obvious all
long
along.
bringing Randolph here, you hear?
You just have to listen.
He never would have thought of that himself.
I couldn't get away with that.
How much money do you need for the contest?
10 gold coins.
I'll give you the money to compete against Rukar.
Really? Thank you so much. I'll repay you soon. If I win, I'll even fork out a little more than that. I'll be seeing you.
What do you want here? Go.
Smart kid.
Who says things like that?
Do you really believe that?
You don't say.
You listen to the wrong people.
Who says things like that?
Really? How interesting.
He'd better shut up.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
You don't say.
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains.
Go away, don't tell me that.
We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord in us.
That's what you always said.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Tell me more about the monastery.
We instruct our students in all forms of magic. But the arts of the magicians of fire consist of more than these alone. We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes. We also make excellent wine.
That's an open secret.
I need to talk to the paladins. Can you help me get to them?
That's what I
Well,
heard.
you need access to the upper end of town. However, this is allowed only to citizens
believe
and the city guard. And of course, to us,
Really? How
magicians of fire.
How can I become a fire magician?
You must join our order as a novice. When you have served for a time, perhaps you will be accepted into the ranks of the magicians. However, the path to acceptance is long
Don't tell
and
this to
full of
anyone.
work and study.
He'd better shut up.
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with the paladins and support the citizens with my advice and with helpful words. Particularly in these difficult times, it is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
Really?
I heard
How interesting.
rumors about a statuette you have supposedly lost.
Have you now? You can only have heard that from Vatras,
That's not what
the
I heard.
water mage.
What's the problem?
A very valuable statuette has been sent to the monastery from the mainland, but it never arrived at the monastery.
Don't say.
Has the ship been raided?
No, it got
That's
to
an open
Corinus, safe and sound, and I went to collect it there. Then, when I was on my way to the monastery, a band of goblins got hold of it.
These are bad
Now,
times.
don't you look at me that way. We magicians are
That's not
only
what my
human
husband
too,
thinks.
you know.
That's not what my husband thinks.
You said that the goblins have it now?
They stole it and made off into the underbrush with it. I never saw them again. They're probably holding up
He can't
in
keep
some pit
anything
in
to
the
himself.
ground.
That's not what I heard.
Didn't you try to get that statuette back?
Of course I did it. I searched for it high and low, but to no avail.
Really, how interesting.
Where was it that you lost that statuette?
I was on my way to the monastery near Orland's
shut
town.
If I hadn't seen it with
I've heard enough. I'll find the thing for you.
May Enos guide you and protect you from the dangers that await you outside the city
He'd
gates.
better shut up.
I found your statuette.
Who says
Praise be to Enos!
What will you do with it now?
Don't tell this
Nothing at all. It brought me nothing
He had
but
better
bad luck. You'll take it back to the monastery
things like
for me,
that?
my son. Naturally, they won't let you in
what I've always
unless you dedicate the rest of your life to serving the monastery.
That's terrible.
But I'm sure you won't mind doing that if it
Honestly,
means you can be of service to me. Right?
That's an open
Go
secret.
with Enos, my son.
Really? How interesting.
If I hadn't seen it
That's
with my own
terrible.
eyes.
These are bad times.
Go away, don't tell me that.
I brought the package.
Well done. I'll see to it that I sell it. Come back tomorrow.
If I hadn't seen it, you would tell me. That's terrible.
I don't believe that. Now that's typical, is it?
Really, someone's got to do the work.
You just have to
listen. That's not what I heard.
Hey! Did you sell the wares then?
Yeah, but for less than I thought. I only got 300 gold pieces. Part of that goes to my employers. And Cardiff gets his usual percentage, plus the gold for your commission, which leaves a total of 240 gold pieces. We'll split those as agreed. Here's your part. You did good work.
It's gonna get even worse.
I've passed that on to my employers. What comes of that is out of my hands.
These are bad times. You don't say. That's not what my husband thinks.
That's not what I heard.
That's not what my husband
And Beliar spoke to another creature, but Adanos brought forth the tide, and the creature was washed from the face of the earth.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
If I hadn't seen it with
Hey, you! Show me your ware.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
He can't keep anything to himself.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
And he works all day, too.
That's not what I heard.
Go away, don't tell me that.
And it's gonna get even worse.
Honestly, I would just do it myself.
He simply talks too much.
Someone's got to do the work.
And he works all day too. I can't take care of everything for everybody. It's gonna get even worse.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I used to say that myself.
There you are, finally. I've been waiting for you.
What happened?
The drinking contest is finally over.
Who won?
This time, Randolph has won.
Nobody.
Brookar must have been having a bad day. So, well,
I'm staying
I
out
hope
of
that
it.
was the last time. I don't want that kind of to do in my house ever again. Remember that.
Insisted he knew better.
Wait a minute.
Known better.
Hangover?
No, I feel fine, really. It finally worked this time. Thanks again for your money. Here, take it back. Looks like Rukar won't be getting up anytime soon.
There's more, believe me.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
You seem to have bitten off more than you can chew.
Here's your money, and not one word more.
I never knew that.
I couldn't get away with that.
Who are you?
I'm Orlan, the keeper of this here modest tavern. What are you looking for, stranger?
No idea.
Maybe a decent sword or a good piece of armor? A good swig from the country stills or just some information? I can give you all that and more if your coins ring.
I never knew that.
Nobody wants to know.
That's not what I heard.
Do you know that fellow with the eye patch?
I've seen him here before. Nasty piece of work.
Nothing.
Back then, he moved into one of my upstairs rooms, along with a huge crate. He had to be constantly nagged about paying the rent for his room. And even then, he took his own sweet time about it. Then, one day, he vanished, just like that, along with the crate. I don't want anything to do with the likes of him.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help it.
No one really wants to hear that.
Nothing you can do about it.
Welcome to the Monastery of Innos, stranger. I am Brother Pedro, a humble servant of Innos and the warder of the gate to the holy monastery. What is it you require?
I want to enter the monastery.
Only the servants of Innos are allowed to enter the monastery. If you want to pray to Innos, go find one of the roadside shrines. You will find the tranquility to pray there.
What do I have to do to be accepted in the monastery?
If you want to be accepted into the Brotherhood of Innos, you must learn and obey the rules of the monastery. Also, we demand the gifts to Innos from each new novice. A sheep and 1,000 gold pieces.
That's a whole lot of gold.
It is a sign that you are beginning a new life as a servant of Innos. When you are accepted, you will be forgiven all your previous transgressions. And consider, you cannot take back the decision to become a servant of Innos.
What are the rules you live by?
Innos is the god of truth and justice, and thus we may never lie or commit a crime. Should you transgress against a brother of the community or steal our property, you will pay a penalty for it. Innos is also the god of law and fire. As a novice, you must show obedience and respect to all magicians of fire.
I see.
Furthermore, it is the duty of a novice to carry out all the work in the monastery for the good of the community. If you are prepared to follow these rules and have the offering to Innos, we are willing to accept you into our monastery as a novice.
I've got this statuette here. I think they're missing it in the monastery. Can I come in now?
Well, under these truly exceptional circumstances, you are free to become a novice.
I want to become a novice.
Is that really what you wish to do?
Yes, I want to dedicate my life to the service of Innos.
Then be welcome, brother. I give to you the key to the monastery gate. As a sign of your free decision, it is up to you to open the gate and step through. You are now a novice. Wear this robe as a sign that you are now a member of this brotherhood. When you are in the monastery, go to Parlan. He'll see to your needs from now on.
Will my transgressions be forgiven now?
Not yet. Speak to Master Parlan. He will bless you and wash you clean of your sins.
As if I don't have enough problems.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
I never would have thought.
Innos deals out fair punishment.
You should have known better.
Tell me that isn't true.
Nobody ever asks me.
Been there, done that.